Hey you! Welcome to my channel, Year and a Day. My name is Jenny and in this video I will be chatting a bit about the things I was up to in October and November of 2024. So in this video today we will be going over some memories from the past few months, some books I've been reading, and of course some planner updates, and I have some new pens to show you. So let's dive in. Let's first start with some memories from October and November. And to be completely honest with you guys, these weren't my best months. Let's just say that it all started with a very severe case of the flu. And I did not allow my body to recover from that at all. If anything, I pushed even harder because it was a busy time at my day job and I really didn't want to let anybody down. So in short, I made some rookie mistakes, and at the end of the day, it just caused my body to really shut down a bit. And that pretty much took all of October and all of November, and I still haven't fully recovered. So there weren't a lot of super fun activities these past few months. And I wasn't at all able to do all of the things that I had been wanting to do. It did teach me that I really need to listen to my body more and really work on letting go of feelings of guilt or failure when I do need more time to recover. But like I said, I'm still kind of in it at the moment, so there's no point in completely reflecting on it yet. For now, I can only really focus on the things that really bring me joy and energy and allow my body to heal a bit more before I start workshopping myself again and try to think of all the ways that I can prevent this in the future. And that's why I really felt like creating this video today, to really just sit down, relax, go over some things that bring me joy, and it feels like I am having a fun chat with friends. So let's move to the first category of things that I would like to discuss. And I really hope you are not sick of me chatting about planners and journals yet, because that will be the first thing today. Now I will put down timestamps in the description below if you want to skip over certain parts in this video. I completely understand, because I've talked extensively already about my planner and journal setup for 2025 in a video about my 2025 setup. And then I also posted an updated setup video recently. I will link both videos down below in the description in case you're interested. But if you haven't seen those videos, I will give you a quick summary. Basically, I've been journaling all my life, but I have noticed I am missing a few things in my practice. Mainly a practical daily planner for chores and tasks, and to really give me structure and overview of all the things that I have to do as an adult. So that's keeping track of all of my appointments and reminders of certain tasks, and to just have all my household chores in order and stuff like that. With my ADHD, it is just really easy to get completely lost in that, and that is where I find myself at the moment. I also was really missing a creative type of journaling. So to the drawing board I went, and I considered a lot of options. I made some mistakes and I made some good choices, I think. But this is kind of where we are now. So let's start with the planner I will be using for my daily practical tasks. And I decided to go for the Hobonichi Techo A6 with a weekly calendar insert. Now, as you can see, I've started working on this planner in preparation to the January start. The Hobonichi Techo A6 has monthly spreads and then 1 page a day, which is why I also got that weekly insert, because this one has the vertical planner for the week. And as you can see, I've been slowly trying to work out how exactly I will use this planner in 2025. Now, one of the rules, and I think it goes for my creative journal, but actually it goes for all of my journals, is that I really want to let go of perfectionism as much as possible. Perfectionism has been haunting me my entire life, and it's an incredible mood killer. It really can choke the fun and creativity out of pretty much anything. So even though I am trying to be really intentional about the planners and journals I have in front of me, I definitely am also allowing myself some grace and some slack with it. This is in the end all one big experiment, and these planners and journals should really serve me in my needs instead of the other way around. Meaning that if something will not be working along the way, I have every intention of just changing it up and figure out what will work. For now, I have decided to use the monthly spreads as kind of a total overview of my month, including birthdays and stuff like that. Then the weekly insert is a little bit more specific, and it should provide me a real structure for my days and remind me of certain tasks or things that I need to get done at certain times, like taking my medication and stuff like that. And then the daily pages I can use for very specific tasks and checklists. And as you can see, I also plan to use a few markers and colors to kind of have certain categories that my brain easily recognizes. So even though I've really been enjoying watching a lot of videos about beautiful planners and journals, I don't think I will be sharing the contents of mine with you quite yet. Especially this daily planner is full of personal details and names and stuff like that, and I don't really feel comfortable sharing those online, which is kind of a bummer because I love sharing the setup, so I kind of also really want to show and talk through the way that I'm actually using it. But for now, this is kind of the progress that I've been making on this one. The monthly spread did start in December, but all the other stuff starts in January. So that is when I will really start using this one. This is a Hobonichi Weeks, and this one did start at the end of November. So I was able to start with this planner already. This planner I will be using as kind of a health tracker. And this is something that I actually already started this year in my traveler's notebook. But I will be using the Hobonichi Weeks for it in 2025. Because it's just a bit more compact. And having a place where I can track specific things about my mental and physical health is a great tool for me when it comes to figuring out certain patterns or talking with doctors. It is so easy to forget whatever is going on once it has passed. And this is just a really, really great tool to keep track on certain things. As you can see, I added these little tabs for the months. These are the small index stickers from Midori. So I will cover up this part of the page for a moment because that's where I kind of written down some stuff every day. But this is what I'm trying out at the moment, where I have a movement tracker and what I have for now called a fill the cup tracker. Meaning that there are a few things that really give me a lot of inspiration and energy. And I just want to make sure that I do at least one of those every single day. So I am very happy with this little setup. And I'm also very happy that I was already able to start in this one in November. And then we have my creative journal. As I said in my previous updated setup video about the creative category, is that this is the one I struggled with the most. I should have given it way more thought than I did because I very enthusiastically bought the Midori Hibino planner. This is a 2-page-a-day planner. It is absolutely lovely, and I thought it would be perfect as a sort of commonplace book to keep notes every day and to just write down some memories and stuff like that. But I eventually realized that this would become very, very bulky and chunky if I would also use it for creative journaling or including pictures and stickers and stuff like that. So eventually I decided to splurge a little bit more and I got a Hobonichi A5 size. Now in my last video I didn't have a cover yet, but I have since gotten this absolutely lovely cover. And to be completely honest, I ordered this one not even specifically for my creative journal. When I saw this cover, I realized I absolutely loved the illustrations, and also yellow is one of my favorite colors. So this just brought me so much joy that I decided to get it. And I specifically got it in an A5 size because that's also a perfect size for sketchbooks, for example. So even if I wouldn't use this one specifically for my creative journal, I could always pop in my sketchbook here and just have a lovely inspirational cover for it. And I also decided to get the cover on cover for this one because I really didn't want to stain the white parts of this cover. As you can see, for now it is housing my Hobonichi A5 creative journal. And I already started adding some stickers. As far as my creative journal goes, I put on this clear Midori A5 cover that fits the Hobonichi Avec perfectly. And this is the Avec version of the Hobonichi, which means that the year is split into 2 notebooks. And this feels like a really good decision for me. I really like the idea of being able to set up another journal midway through the year and really go through that creative process again of choosing stickers and stuff like that. All the stickers that you can see here on this notebook I have created myself. It was one of my biggest joys of these past 2 months. and one of the things that I was really able to lose myself in creatively. And I wish I was able to say that I was such a good illustrator that I illustrated all of this myself, but I didn't. I actually played around with Midjourney, which is an AI art creating tool, created the illustrations and then created the stickers from there. And I kind of also created my own sticker book. I am using this plain Midori sticker release insert. Now these green ones and the ones in the back are actually not created by me. These are some washi tape stickers that I got. So this was a really fun addition to my creative journal already, to create my own stickers. And there's plenty of room in the journal left to add stickers throughout the year. But I am already very happy with the start I made. I have some stickers here in the cover that I plan to use in this one. As you can see, it really helps me to include a list of ideas for the specific notebook. I used those little Midori tabs again for the month, and I created two specifically for the months and the weeks. So using these little tabs will take me to the first month or the first week or the first day of the month. On top, I am using those kind of copper colored Midori index tabs, and they will take me to the current month and the current week and the current day. I have started to include some ideas already with just plain sticky notes. Now already I am losing some daylight, so let's move over to some new pens that I got these past 2 months. And with both Fountain Pen Day on November 1st and then the whole Black Friday thing, there were a lot of good deals out there. And I had a few pens on my wish list, so I couldn't help placing some orders here and there. Let's start with the 2 pens that I got specifically for my planner and journals from Hobonichi. Pretty much all of my fountain pens have a fine nib, because that's the one that I prefer most for longer journaling sessions. But the Hobonichi planners have very thin Tomoe river paper, and they're also pretty compact. So an extra fine nib would suit that paper and those planners way better. So I decided to try out a platinum and a sailor pen in extra fine. And I could not resist these 2 beauties. This is the Platinum Century 3776. And platinum has this lovely little detail on the nib where the little air hole is heart-shaped, and also those 2 lines at the top of the nib supposed to resemble Mount Fuji, which has a height of 3,776 meters, which is where the number comes from for this pen, the 3776. I decided to get the Platinum Century for the simple reason that I tried out the Platinum Preppy in extra fine and it was the best match for me with the Tomoe River paper. But it had kind of a not super smooth writing experience, and I really hope that investing in the Platinum Century 3776, which has a 14 karat gold nib, would improve that writing experience. Now it's still an extra fine nib, so the writing experience is not as smooth as you will get with a bigger nib size. So it took a little bit of getting used to for me, but now I am very, very happy to have this one. Now I was not at all planning to also get a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This type of pen I saw a lot here on YouTube when I decided to upgrade my fountain pen collection earlier this year. And to be completely honest with you, it seemed a bit overhyped for me. They are available in a lot of colors, sure, that's fun, but compared to other brands, it just really didn't feel like anything that was worth the cost of the pens. Now granted, this is another 14 karat gold nib, so you do get a gold nib with this one. But at the end of the day, it is just a plastic pen with a few different colors and details and stuff like that. But what can I say, curiosity got the best of me and it was fountain pen day after all. So I decided to at least check some of the models out and see if there was something out there that really got my attention. And I ended up with this one. And this Sailor Pro Gear Slim comes from the Japanese Sweets collection. And I just wanted to share this lovely little box that it came in, because it kind of resembled this box of sweets. And I thought it was a really pretty detail. It also came with a matching ink, which was a lovely touch. But I ended up using the Platinum Carbon Black ink for the Platinum Century 3776 and the Platinum Classic Lavender Black ink for the Sailor Pro Gear Slim, because I thought that was a very beautiful match for this one. And for now I am pairing this one up with my health tracker. And also that is just a lovely combination. And again, the writing experiences of those extra fine gold nibs on the Tomoe River paper that is used by Hobonichi is just a really, really lovely combination. So for now, these are the two pens that I plan to use for all those Hobonichi planners and trackers and creative stuff. I really love that the inks that are in these two are actually water resistant, meaning that I can use them with markers and stuff like that, which also gives a little bit more of creative freedom. And then just when I had fully convinced myself that I have all the pens I could ever dream of right now, of course I came across a pen I couldn't resist. And that was another Esterbrook Estie. This is the Jurassic model. Now, as a child I was completely obsessed with dinosaurs and everything prehistoric. So when I found out that there was actually an Esterbrook Estie that was inspired by the Jurassic era, I was obsessed. So I couldn't be happier to have this one in my collection. And that is the Esterbrook Estie Jurassic. So let's continue with some books I've read these past few months. So these are some beautifully illustrated books by the Swedish author and illustrator Simon Stålenhag. These books are set in a kind of alternate history in the 80s on the Swedish countryside. And it brilliantly combines this 80s feel to science fiction and robots and supernatural stuff. I really appreciated the world building in this book series. The author is really able to paint very imaginative pictures with a limited amount of words, and I really appreciated that. And this one is actually turned into a movie which I expect to be released in 2025, and Tales from the Loop is a series on Amazon. And I am actually also watching the series at the moment, and although they have changed a lot, I am very impressed by the series as well. I think it is able to capture that certain feeling that the book evokes as well. So I was very happy to finally get around to reading these books that I've had for a while in my bookcase. I also finally came around to reading Arthur the Always King, written by Kevin Crossley-Holland and illustrated by one of my all-time favorite illustrators, Chris Riddell. Arthur the Always King is actually kind of a collection of a whole bunch of myths and legends around King Arthur, from his early childhood until his death. And Kevin Crossley-Holland has collected all of these stories into one big storyline. His writing style is really quick-paced, which made this book a very easy and fun read. And as always, I really love the illustrations by Chris Riddell, which is a great segue to the one and only tarot deck that I got since August. Because Chris Riddell actually created a tarot deck. And I don't think I've ever ordered a deck more quickly than I did with this one. So I don't think these are even all of the books that I own that are illustrated by Chris Riddell, but they were the ones that I was able to grab quickly from my bookcase. And as you can see, I have quite a lot of his books. The Edge Chronicles were the first books I got illustrated by Chris Riddell, and I've kind of been collecting his books over the years. I really love Riddell's quirky illustration style, and he makes it look so easy to create all these characters and landscapes with his very precise line work but I just really admire his style, which is sometimes very detailed, but he is also able to really create a very quirky character with only a few simple lines. So when I found out that Chris Riddell would be producing a tarot deck, I immediately ordered a copy. The tarot deck is called the Cloud Tower Tarot, and the deck comes with a little white book. Let's take a quick look at the booklet first. So the booklet keeps it very simple. It basically gives a small illustration of the card, the title, a few keywords, and then one key phrase. And it does that for both the majors and the minors. So let's take a look at the cards. So the tarot cards are actually slightly bigger than standard sized tarot cards. As you can see, they are just a little bit shorter but a lot wider than a standard sized RWS card. And it's a quite matte cardstock, which is lovely smooth cardstock. And as you can see, the deck is fully illustrated, although it does focus a lot on the characters. So there is often not really a background to the illustrations. There's not really a landscape in the back or anything. The deck really focuses in on all these quirky characters. And every suit has kind of his own background color. And the suit of swords is definitely the darkest one in the deck, with all these cloaked, creepy figures and skeletons. Because when we go back to the pentacles, it's back to human characters again. And then in the end there is also a bonus card. I have just received my copy, so I haven't been able to read with it just yet. But it follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, so I expect it to be quite a clear reader. Like I said, I didn't know Chris Riddell was producing a tarot deck, just because I'm not really active on social media, so often I miss a lot of news and I'm lost to find out about anything. But to see this one pop up was just an absolute joy. It is kind of a dream come true to have a tarot deck illustrated by one of my favorite illustrators that I have been following for close to 25 years now. Now, I've been looking at a lot of new decks coming out lately, and to be completely honest, not much is really calling to me. I am very happy with my current tarot deck collection and I love working with the decks I have. And the decks that are coming out do not really add onto my collection in any way. which means that if I do see a deck that really brings me something new or exciting, it is just really lovely. And also it makes it very easy to decide to get that deck. And for these past few months, that was the case for the Cloud Tower Tarot, illustrated by Riddell. And I am very, very happy to have this one in my collection. And let's conclude my monthly favorites of October and November with another one of my favorite illustrators, Heikala. Heikala is an illustrator from Finland, currently based in Japan. And she's another illustrator that I have been following for years and years. And for 2024, I actually got her calendar, which has been hanging in my kitchen for this whole year. So this year I was keeping an eye on her website to see if she would be producing a calendar for 2025. And I was very happy to see that she was. And of course I couldn't resist ordering a few more goodies. And this was just a very, very lovely package to receive. Heikala is a watercolor artist, and again she always makes it seem so effortless. But when you study her process, or when you are looking at her progress videos she creates of creating her artworks, it is so clear how much layers and layers of sketches and paint and skill goes into these paintings. And I am looking forward to having one of her calendars with all of her beautiful artwork hanging in my kitchen for 2025. She also had a few of her books available, and this one is a collection of her sketches. And I absolutely love checking out people's sketchbooks and getting a sneak peek of their process. This was a lovely book to add to my library. So I was very happy to get this one as well. I like to keep my crochet projects in separate tote bags. It's just a very easy way to keep all my projects organized and together with the yarn I'm using. And I could not resist this very cute tote bag with a whole bunch of cats. And last but not least, a lovely washi tape with illustrations. And these are all autumn themed. And this will be a lovely way to add some of these very beautiful and cute illustrations to my planners in 2025. And that's it. Those were my favorite things from the months of October and November. And even though I wasn't at my best these past few months, I am so very grateful for these beautiful things that brought me joy. And I hope you enjoyed checking them out together. And with all of that being said, I wish you all a lovely rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!